Wacky, you got any predictions about Berhalter this camp?
I think we're just going to see high intensity Berhalter on the sidelines. None of the low activity friendly stuff.
It's time.
Because these games do count, even though it's not the highest level opponent. That doesn't really matter. It matters it's a real game. He's going to be out there throwing that ball around, getting involved.
Yeah, because so I feel like that, like despite all of my GGG promotion, you know what I'm saying, and backing, like I do think if this two-legged tie gets even a little bit dicey, my boy should be on the hot seat. I don't care. It's not time to mess around, man. Not time to F around, okay? This two-legged tie, even and you know, even if we were to lose this two-legged tie, we would go into a playoff with another team that's potentially worse than Trinidad and Tobago.
I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Yeah. It's not necessarily a do or die. But for Gregg Berhalter, it should be a do or die. You know what I'm saying? So he should be on his P's and Q's, locked in, ready to go. Bounce pass technique being worked on as we speak. You know, he's just standing in front of a wall, perpendicular to it, just you know, it's coming back around. He's just grabbing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like the idea of putting him on the hot seat. I might go ahead and just do it right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right there.
Why not? I have noticed one thing, maybe that to critique him for the last two roster announcements, press conferences, he seems to have done from his home. I really think he should be going to the office.
Well,
we are paying him.
Are you? You're not a work from home advocate?
I am. Not for old Berber. Does anyone call him that? I also don't like the sweatshirts he wears when he's at home. I think he looks better in a hoodie.
You can really see
too much neck, and he looks complacent.
So I don't know. So they still have offices. They still have offices in Chicago, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a while before they get that Atlanta thing.
So he could easily get out of his home and go to the office.
I assume it's on the background. Looks more like a home than an office.
Okay.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those floor length windows.
It's too big of a window as well. That's a good point.
Okay.
And if he did the press conference in the wrong time of day, you might catch somebody walking around in the house next door through the window, you know, because it's very close. It's very close to the next door house. Unless his house is gigantic and it's just a courtyard.
Okay.
I doubt that's the case.
We've got to look into this.
I just think, I don't know about the complacency in his eyes or whatever. I'm not disagreeing with you, Chris.
It's more just the outfit choice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting to the sweatshirts. I just don't.
You can really see his age in his neck, though.
It's too much neck. Way too much neck.
He's getting older.
Is he losing elasticity?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you know, it might be. It's just like, it's almost like he's in too good of a shape.
He needs
like a taut neck, but it's old.
An old taut
needs to fill it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah. Anyway, he's on the hot seat.
Yep, you're on the hot seat, Gregg Berhalter, old Berber.
Let's get it done, man. And then, you know, if we do see the makings of a 5-6-7-0, need a selfie. Need a selfie with somebody in the stands. Yeah. You know, we got some big money USMNT listeners that listen to this pod, and I know some of y'all gonna be at midfield behind the little technical area or whatever. Get it done. Get it done.
What do you think USMNT Twitter's reaction would be to that if he did take a selfie up 5-0 against Trinidad? I think they, like, in a sneaky way, might actually appreciate it.
Yeah, I was about to say they would have to respect it. That's the same thing. Same way I felt about the one he took in St. Paul. Players out there with hypothermia. He's out there making sure he flicks it up one time. I feel like you just gotta respect it. You just gotta respect it. At that point, that much audacity, You know what I'm saying? To be able to do something like that.
The guy he got the picture with saw him in the tunnel after the game, and Berhalter said to him, "They're killing me in the press right now."
Yeah.
And what? So what was that game?
That's
That
a
game
true
was
story.
just
Yeah.
that
That
game
was
was just a
3-0.
3-0, right?
Mhm.
Okay. 3-0. Yeah. So he's gonna be feeling loose as a goose by the time he get to 6.
Yeah. Plus, it's gonna be nice and warm down there in Texas, presumably.
I
Okay.
think it was so cold wasn't the reason he did it. It was just hard to turn someone down when they're out there in the cold and they keep asking about getting a picture.
Yeah, they paid $80 for a ticket, and then they came out when it was 0 degrees at kickoff, and waited for the whole game. Of course, he's gonna reward them.
There's plenty of time to take the picture.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see some more pictures from him.
In-game
I have
selfies.
another prediction, small one. During the pregame speech he gives at the end, he always throws to a player. Normally, it's either Adams or Pulisic. Those guys are both gone. So I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna think it's gonna be Weston on that. That's probably the safe pick.
Okay.
If not him, it would be Turner. I like the idea of throwing it to Turner. Put him in that leadership role just after he's gotten dropped at Forest.
That's a strong choice.
You're our guy. Maybe let's say he's gonna do Turner.
I mean, I guess it would be whoever is actually the captain, right?
Yeah, it is the captain, I imagine.
Who would it be? Shit. I mean, I guess it would be Matt Turner. Maybe. Would he give it to
It's gonna
West?
be either Turner or West, right?
Yeah.
West would make a joke. West might make a joke if you throw it over to him, though.
A little cheeky Tim Ream.
Oh yeah, it could be Ream. He's never made the speech though, or he's never. It's not a speech. Berhalter. Right. How it goes is he gives his. All right, here's how we're gonna do it, guys, and then he gives his 2 how concepts quickly. These are the concepts they've been talking about at the camp. And then he says, "Christian, what you got? Or what you got, Christian? What you got, Tyler?" And then Christian and Tyler talks for about 7 or 10 seconds. Doesn't normally relate to what Berhalter was saying. It's normally a different, like a player perspective thing. Right. And then it goes back to Berhalter, and he goes, "USA on 3. 1, 2, 3," and they all yell USA, and they clap, and then they go on and play the game. I don't know why I need to describe all that, but
no, I love it. It's actually a nice format because Christian doesn't have to think of that much to say.
Yeah.
Basically,
and West knows he should not be talking too much during that time because we've established the pattern that you just talk for a little bit. When Tyler or Christian do it.
Like it's a good format because as I talked about on this podcast before, like movies trick y'all. Everybody thinks there's a cinematic pregame speech coming out from every coach and player, but before a big game or whatever, it's not the case. Everyone's trying to clock in and clock out just like anybody else would at their job. And so, just throwing it to the player with the expectation of, 1 to 2 sentences, please. You don't got time to do a whole bunch of grandstanding, whole bunch of whatever. Just, hey, get it done.
It's not about you. And the speakers know, the captains know that. They don't need to be told that, but it's good to reinforce that. And by the way, I mentioned he does in his speech, he says 2 how concepts. That's opposed to what concepts. It's not what we're going to do, it's how. He gave a big presentation on this at a camp in the past. And where he got that from is by a book called something like, might just be How. And it's by the guy who started the How Institute.
Oh, of course.
He's friends with him, and that's why he was at that thing. And that's why
no way.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew it was about to tie in.
How Institute.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense. That Gregg would be inspired by these type of things, and then also want to be in the number at these type of gatherings with the type of people that Gregg seems to look up to.
And the reason he's friends with him, or at least knows him, is he takes full advantage of whenever he reads a book about business or culture he likes. I've seen like he's always reaching out to them. The fact that he is the coach of the national team makes it likely
Gets
that
him
they
in the
might
door.
respond, even if they don't care about soccer, and then he's in.
Like I said.
That's networking.
Like I said, Greg was clout chasing as well as the other person that was involved in the initial GeoGate scandal.
Well,
I do-
he genuinely does want to learn about business and culture, though, as well.
And I would just add that unless it's like a super famous author, like I don't know, Malcolm Gladwell or somebody that sort of most people know of, chances are they don't get contacted a lot.
Right.
And
I mean, Bill Clinton wrote the blurb for the book, so
the Howe Institute book.
yeah.
He's
not a Malcolm Gladwell level guy, but he's second or third tier.
Okay.
Maybe clean second tier. At one point, he was first tier. He's
Well,
fallen off a little bit.
It's me, Gregg Berhalter, coach of the U.S. men's national team.
Yeah.
I see you wrote this great book about leadership. Let me tell you about how I did a good job at leadership at the World Cup, sir.
Well, he's going to lead with a question in the email.
Yeah.
I would love to see we should FOIA his email he sends out to authors.
We can't. I don't think we can. I mean, I know you're joking, but I wish we could. If we could, we'd do it right now. But since it's not a government agency, it's a shame. It's a shame he doesn't work for the government.
Oh, yeah, it is a shame.
How do we
There
think
should be the Federation should set up some system of transparency that would be FOIA-like.
I agree.